Welcome back, crafty friends, or maybe welcome. My name is Alicia, but as always, you can call me Crafty Al. And like it showed in the intro, this afternoon's live stream is still brought to you by those subscribers who yesterday sent me super chats. So those are definitely the gifts that keep on giving. Thanks again to everybody who joined me yesterday, whether you send a super chat or not. And if you joined me for this morning's live stream, type prep in all caps over there in that chat box. Now, if you're here on replay, you can let us know how much of my marathon live streams this weekend you have watched down in that comment section below. So this morning, I thought I would recap what I got done. Again, I am prepping for Paperganza next weekend in Kansas City, which is an in-person crafty event put on by Craft Roulette. And the first thing I did was I got the banner ready for my table. They're called pods, and ours is hashtag Team Rainbow, and I made us a banner to go across the front of the table. So I'd already cut them, but I got the holes in each of the letters, and I got that strung. And then next I got to find a way to transport that. And then on the desktop is the rest of the stuff. So I got my information stamped onto the back of the card bases. All the rest of this is for the card swaps. So I got that done. I got the backgrounds, the wood grain or the wood plank panel backgrounds cut. I cut and inserted my card information into the sleeves. And then the last thing we did before our lunch break, the last thing I did was I die cut the rainbow strips, and I am basing my swap cards off of a set that I made a few months back. So you'll kind of see today I am doing a different color palette. The one I'm using today is one of my favorite ever color cube cards, number 367. And now what I'm going to do next is we're going to work on getting the sentiments ready. So I think I'm probably going to choose 2 from the set and make 9 with each one. I like this. Teresa says she's already saving to go to Paperganza next year. Do we already know there is a next year? Hopefully that'll be exciting. All right. So let's look at the sentiment choices I have. I would make sure, if you want to ask me questions, this is kind of like a Q&A too. If you want to ask me questions while we're hanging out, just either highlight my name or type question in all caps in front of it, and I will answer those. Susan says, happy to support, love my content and crafty style. And I have certainly brought her over to the rainbow side. So glad to hear it. Thank you, Susan. All right. Let's see what I don't need. I guess I don't need any of this. So I'm going to move all of this out of the way. I'm keeping everything in a stack stash or a stash stack from Spellbinders right now. And the sentiments I'm going to use, which is different than this because you guys, I have misplaced this sentiment set. Otherwise, I would have used the same one. But I will be using You Color Me Happy. I'm not sure if this one is still available. If it was, I probably put it in the description box below, but I'm not 100%. I think the ones I'm going to do, Crafty Friends Are the Best and Sending You a Rainbow of Happiness. All right, so I'm going to do 9 of each of those. But before I start stamping them, I want to prep the pieces that I'm going to stamp onto and then cut some backers. So I'm going to try to find the die that goes with those. That's that one. And that one. All right. And to die cut these, I'm just going to pull out a whole bunch of just white cardstock scraps. And I'll bring in, oh no, actually I can use my little die cutter for these. Let me know what you're doing while you hang out with us this afternoon. Are you still crafting? I know some of you are getting your Paperganza swap cards ready too. And I'm just going to cut 9. I'm going to cut 10 of each of these just in case I need an extra or I mess one up. Welcome back, everyone. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and share it with a crafty friend who you think might like to join us. I think I'll go backward and forward next time so I don't have to dig back there. Thank you, Tiffany, for the stamp of approval. Thank you, thank you. Carmen is doing some cooking, yummy. And Alice says she's behind the 8 ball. What is Paperganza? So that is an in-person crafty event that is being put on by Mary of Craft Roulette and Amanda of Pear Blossom Press. It is next weekend in Kansas City. And there are going to be some other companies there too, like having stuff for sale and doing classes. So it's going to be super duper fun. And next Friday's Craft Roulette session will be with a live audience. Oh, Canyon says there might be 1 seat left at Paperganza. Yeah, I think somebody ended up not being able to come. So you could reach out to Mary if you want to find out more. If you are going to Paperganza and you're back here in the chat with us, go ahead and type Paperganza in all caps so we know who's going. And if other people have questions, those will be some of the people they can ask, because I don't know everything. I'm just an attendee. Oh, Debbie said it's one of her pod or table buddies. Oh, Carmen said this is her first week. She is not submitting a Craft Roulette card. Wow. How many had you submitted in a row, Carmen? Oh, Lisa B in St. Louis is working on her swap cards after making a decision. Yay, I am so glad. Oh, Dawn, you're in KC. You could reach out to Mary to find out about that last ticket. And since you're right there, you wouldn't have to get a room if you want to, travel out to the airport each day. Oh, wow. Carmen says she has started at episode 108 when Danny was on and have done a video for each one also. So I think, what was this weekend, like episode 267? So that is a lot. I bet it feels weird not to be making one. I'm kind of hit and miss. Like, I usually stop by on Friday to see what the parameters are. And if they are at all like, nah, I don't think so, I don't do it. But there are super dedicated viewers. I can't remember how many I've made. Hello, Danny. I hope your image coloring is going well. And then Carmen says she's still going to make it and put it in my album. Yes. Oh, thank you for the reminder. So if you weren't around yesterday, I did a 6-hour Crafty live stream marathon where each hour I had a different theme. And I have an album in my Facebook group that if you played along with any of those sessions, you can put your creations in there. And one of them was this week's craft roulette card. So you are free to share it over there. Let us see what you've been doing. And again, if you missed any of those, I do have links down in that description box. You can watch those replays. The last I had looked, nobody else had shared in the albums besides me. So they're needing some more photos in there. I'm going to stop now and cut and count to see how many I've cut. Again, I only need 9 of each, but I'm going to go ahead and cut out at least 10. All right, I'm done with those. Let's see how many I have here. I need 2 more of the small ones. All right, so this is what I will stamp the sentiments onto. And now what I need to cut out is I'm going to do a little shadow with some of those, some of the scraps from my rainbow strips for the background. So for that, I still need those same dies out. Oh, Susan said she lost track of time. Paperganza supplies just arrived, so you had to open it immediately. Susan, let us know what you got. We all like an unboxing or know about a haul. And Carmen said this week is episode 276. Oh, so even more. Submitted 167 times. Amazing. Amazing. I think with my card this week, I'm up to like almost 30. Still a little bit under that. Okay, now I have the scraps of my 6 colors. And what I'm going to do is I need 9 of each sentiment divided by these. So I'm going to do 1 sentiment in these 3 colors, 1 sentiment in these 3 colors, and cut 3 of each. And I think that should be right. Yeah, 3 in each color. So I got to do math here, guys. Oh, okay. Susan says it's a surprise, but I'll see it in a few days. I understand. I did share this morning some surprises I had for my pod mates. Well, one of them is not a surprise for them, but the second thing is. So if you missed that, check out the replay from this morning. Oh, wow. Alessa said she started submitting when I was first there, episode 33, and has submitted every week since. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I know I was briefly there on Friday, and I saw there are lots of people with over 200, probably over 250 submissions. Amazing, or at least over 200. Should have maybe used my bigger die cutter on this because I could have ran 2 strips through at the same time. Oh, that's a good question. Carmen says, Alessa, how did you get your nickname? So Mary calls her on Craft Roulette each week. 5K now, 6K Limon. Yeah, let us know. Is that about running? Is it like a 5K run? Okay, so I have my 3 in each of those colors, and now I'm going to switch to the second sentiment die and do 3 of each of these. All right, Alessa says yes, because she used to run 5Ks. So how did it become 6K then? And then Catherine says, at times like this, it would be really nice to have more than one set of dies. For sure. For sure. But, now we can just hang out longer if I have to sit here for hours and die cut sentiment pieces. But I'm almost done. I'm halfway done now. Okay, so Alessa says because she runs 6K per year. Fabulous. I think I'd be like a half a K. If you see me running, you better run too, because something's probably chasing me. Reagan says she's more of a walker. Me too. That is my preferred way to get some exercise, is either walking behind the mower outside or on the treadmill inside. Yes, yes. I try, Carmen. I try. Debbie said she did all the running she needed to do when she was in the Army. Oh, wow. I bet that was like serious too. Yeah, I don't think I could ever have to pass any kind of running test. Oh, and Alyssa said that that I could walk as well. That counts. No time clock needed. It's for the cause. Okay, I could walk. I could walk a 5 or 6K. Welcome, Fabiana. Make sure to smash that like button. Anybody who's coming in a little bit late. Okay. One more set of 3, and I'm done with die cutting the sentiments. Then we just get them set up to stamp. Make sure I get these back on the magnet sheet so I do not lose them. Catherine, that's about the only place I run as well, to the bathroom. Reagan said when she was getting back in shape, she did the Couch to 5K app. That was really helpful. I did that. I did that for a while when we lived in Kansas still, and I would do it inside on the treadmill and do okay. I didn't get very far, but then one time I decided to take it to the park in my neighborhood, and running on that cement, I was down for like a week. But that was a good way to kind of build that up. Okay. Now for stamping, I'm going to use, let me find it here, VersaFine Clair Black ink on all my sentiments. I'm not going to worry about stamping in colors. I did think about it, but then when I get to the Mint Julep, it's not going to probably show up well enough to be a sentiment. These are rubber stamps, so I'll take out the mouse pad. And I'm just going to put these on there. And I'm going to stamp them one time right here on the back of my Misty, because I can always clean that off. And now what I'm going to do is take the negatives. So I kept some of the negatives from die cutting the sentiments. And I am going to center this around there. Oh, goodness. Lisa B tried the Couch to 5K and fractured her tibia plateau. Haven't been running since. Yes. Oh, goodness. So I'm just going to center that. I'm going to pull it down here, and then I'll show you what I did. Center that around the stamping on that background. I'm holding this in place with some Scotch removable tape. So you'll see there, I just did my best to get that centered. You could always use like a colored cardstock negative. If that's easier for you to see. And there we go. Now all I have to do is take the positive and set those in here. On the first few, that ink from the back will get sucked up by this cardstock, so you'll want to be careful when you pick it up. If you don't have fingernails to get those out of the jigs, you can use a little poker and just lift that up, maybe. And now you have some nice centered sentiments, and you don't have to like figure out die cut placement on all those dies because you've already done that on just plain white. Oh, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate that. Let's give a little, actually I'll give a noise over here so you can hear it. Thank you so much. Catherine says this is a great tip. I definitely did not come up with this, Catherine. The first person I remember seeing do it was probably Gina K of Gina K Designs. But yes, this is so helpful when you have lots of the same sentiment that will be die cut. Welcome back, Teresa. And this all, I've got the die cutting done for the sentiment so far this afternoon. Now, if you don't want to risk getting like your fingers dirty with that ink, you could always lift up one side of your hinged piece and, clean it off and lay your cardstock back in place. But I'm trying to be careful. But that is also why I made some extras of these pieces. Oh, Reagan says Ashley of Mint Twist Cards does it a lot too. I bet, because when she makes cards, she likes to mass produce as well. All right, I don't think I inked this one up very well this time, so I'm going to redo that. Don't forget, if you have any questions that you've ever wanted to ask me, now is a good time. This is one of those crafty sessions where I don't really have like a goal or have something I have to focus on with a certain amount of time. So I'm able to look at the chat a little bit more than other times. Like yesterday, I was having to move and groove to get my card done at each of those sessions. I actually had to end up finish some of them after the fact, like putting on sentiments and embellishments. I did put finalized photos over in the album on the Facebook group. So if you missed me showing everything off in this morning's session, you can see the finished cards over there. Catherine wants to know, how did I meet my husband? Oh, wrong one. Oh, thank you, though, Tiffany, for letting me know about yesterday. I appreciate that. Catherine wants to know, how did I meet my husband? So I met him on the internet way back when that was not like such a normal thing. I had, it was like, let's see, the end of 1995, the end of the year. I was my freshman year in college, and you know, the internet was just becoming a thing. Like I don't think I had internet till I actually went to college in the fall, but I became obsessed with message boards and the show ER, you know, ER with all those famous people now, was a thing, and I loved it. So I wrote on an ER message board, anybody who likes ER, write to me. And one thing growing up, I always loved like going to the library, getting books about people from other countries. I loved having pen pals from other countries. And I think the only person that took me up on my offer to anybody who likes ER send me a message was this guy from the Netherlands. And so we just started emailing back and forth, and he came over, not that like that next year at Christmas when I was at my mom's, and he hung out in Burlington, Iowa, which is one of probably the most boring places to hang out. He hung out there and we got to know each other, and then he came back a few other times and hung out. And then the summer, we spent a summer, he could come here for 90 days on a visa. So we spent 90 days one summer living together to see if we could stand each other long term, you know, for more than like a fun little week of traveling around the US or, you know, just hanging out. And so after that, we started the visa process. So if you've ever watched 90 Day Fiance, that's what we had to do. Ours was not nearly as dramatic as what is on this show, but, you know, we had to go through that process, and it took a while, but he was approved. So we came over here and we had 90 days to get married. That's why they call it 90 Day Fiance. And so we went through all that, and yeah. So that's the long and short of it. And Reagan said she met her husband on the internet too in 1998 using Yahoo Personals. Chat a lot on message board. Yes, I loved a message board. Lori met her husband through a dating service back in 1990. Awesome. And yes, it's pretty special that we found each other all the way across, all the way over there. And he, you know, when we were first married, he always said, you know, if something happened and we broke up, that he would like move back. So for the longest time, he did not become a citizen. He was just a resident alien. So he would have to go every once in a while and re-up his green card and stuff. But then finally he decided he would stick around here even if we weren't a thing, which I don't think that will ever happen, but he is now a U.S. citizen, so that is exciting. All right. Okay, so the sentiments are done. I'm going to put back my white cardstock scraps. And now I think I will just start pairing these together. So like I showed on the sample, I'm just going to do a little bit of an offset. Beth asked, do we visit the Netherlands often? No, we have not been back. Like right before he came here to move here permanently, I went over there for a month and we traveled around Europe. So that was super fun. And then I think about a year after we were married, I know it was before could it have been before September 11th? Yeah. About a year after we were married, we went back for a little bit, but I have not been back since then. He had to go back, unfortunately, on short-term notice. I didn't have my passport and neither did my daughter. Otherwise, we would have went. But when his mom passed away, he went back for her funeral. But yeah, all his family still lives there. And yeah, we have not been back. It's crazy. All right. Bye, Danny. Reagan said she was shy growing up, so message boards were awesome. You know, that's probably half of my thing too, Reagan. Same thing here. Get my glue gun out, make sure it's still flowing. Yeah, okay. Now what I'm going to do is add some glue to the back of these and then put it on the backer and just, again, a little bit up and to the left. So there you go. Oh, welcome, Betty. So glad you're here. I did just see your comment when I was having lunch, but I didn't have a chance to reply to it. I know you were going. It was a tough day yesterday, so I'm glad that you could have some family there with you. I got a new kind of paperweight glue holder there at Michael's, a cute little pencil. I need to clean this tip out. It seems to be not flowing as well. I left the lid off of it a little too long yesterday after I was done crafting. Carmen says she cannot wait to get her glue press and see if it helps the arthritis in her thumb. Oh, yes, of course it's on the hand you use a lot. I know Danny really loves it for the pain in her hands. But yeah, I hope it works too, Carmen. Oh no, Dawn said she tried to find this pencil yesterday and they were sold out. There were only, yeah, a couple left at my store when I found it. So I must have gotten lucky. I wonder if you can order them online. Oh, good. It looks like some people are saying that it does help with some thumb pain. Yay. Ooh, Dawn is finding it online. Yay. And I might have to say, guys, after I get these sentiments put together, I might call it a day, because when I go to put the rainbow stripes on those pieces of brick, I really have to focus because I can't mess up the order. Otherwise, it throws everything off. And I don't think I'll be able to talk much because I really have to concentrate. So if you have any final questions, get those in. I'm going to finish gluing these pieces together. Again, thank you to everybody who came and hung out with me. I wish I could figure out a way to stay longer, but yeah, I really think that, oh, I put that on the wrong. I'll let that dry. I think it's going to take a little more brain power to put the rainbows on the backers. But I will keep you updated on the membership tab. So if you're a member, I'll take some pictures for you. And then when I'm completely done, I'll add some to the regular posts tab. All right. See you Thursday night, Ava. Bye, Beth. If you have any final questions you want to ask before I finish these up, you can get those in over there. Don't forget to smash that like button before you go if you're leaving a little bit early. Paula says that enjoy all my in-person hugs this week. I will. I hear Biddy Penny's going to want to give lots of big hugs. So it's going to be great to meet her and everyone else. Oh, Catherine, I hope you can get some sleep there, friend. Fresh and Renewed with Teresa says, how did I decide on my logo? I used to just have it be just, call me Crafty Al, just all letters, but then I wanted to make it more paper crafting related. So I drew myself a little, it's up there in the right-hand corner on the screen. I drew myself a little envelope and card in Illustrator. And then I think I found some kind of clip art pack to help me make that pencil and the stamp. I kind of put that all together. Carmen said, how is your fingers not sticking to everything after using them to wipe off the glue? I don't know. I'm maybe just because that glue dries quickly and I might rub them off a little bit. I don't even really think about it, I guess. But, well, okay, I did just immediately absentmindedly kind of do that to rub that glue off after I had some on my fingers. That's probably what I do. I don't even think about it. We will look at our the to-do list before I go and cross off anything else I can, because we want to cross off something on our list. Teresa wants to know, what is my favorite tool to use? Probably my paper trimmer. I love my paper trimmer. I also love my ATG. Let us know your favorite tools in the chat, guys. Betty said, since she missed the beginning, is this being recorded so she can watch what she missed? Yes, the replay will be available. You'll just have to go to the live tab here on my channel to find it. Bye, Tara. Thank you. Oops. I do love my little die cut machine too. All right, guys, I think we did pretty good today. Thank you for helping me get so much done. Let me do one last to-do list check. I got to pull this out because I don't know what page it's on. So after lunch, sorry about fell over, I die cut the sentiment blanks. I die cut colorful sentiment backers and stamped the sentiments. So look at that. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me. I had a great time and hope that you did too. Sorry I had to cut it short, but I'm afraid I won't be able to concentrate with those rainbows. So like I always say, until next time, I hope you're having a crafty day. Bye-bye.